good when I'm living on the edge. Watch me now. Roll like thunder.
Morning, John.
Morning, Devin. This is Larry.
Larry, Devin Corley with Sitech Mid America. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Larry Stewart, for Construction Pros.
Devin, thanks for coming out today. We'd like to do a walk around on the GB124. It's new to us, as you know, and we're going to explain to Larry and myself on ins and outs and how to operate this machine and the functionality.
John, I know you guys have had a little bit of time with the attachment and the machine. How's the experience going so far?
So far, so good. We're impressed and the capabilities that it has, especially like the wings. Angle, control the dirt off the left and the right side. Took a little bit to figure out the buttons, which button we were hitting what to control. There's a lot of functionality in this blade, a lot of electronics, but we're real happy.
That's good. Are you guys using the functionality of the wings much? Because I really feel like the ability to carry material or be able to windrow material, off to one side is a big advantage of this attachment.
For sure. Now we're getting better at it, of course, but without the wings, I think we would be lost. I definitely like the capabilities versus maybe a box blade setting. I think this is definitely the machine for us. And this lighter dirt, siltier soils, gravel, it's going to be awesome. And we have seen in a heavier soil that it wants to pick the box up. So it's just one of those that we have to tailor to the right job conditions.
Absolutely, absolutely. This attachment isn't for every job, as you and I have talked about.
That's right.
But spreading base rock, a material like this where it's fairly loose, I think it's a perfect application for this type of machine.
For me, this whole project started to get into this box blade or greater blade scenario was to go inside of buildings. We wanted to go inside, so I went to Devin and said, Devin, you need to go inside, looking for a laser system. One thing led to another. We bought the Cadillac. So now we have the 2D and 3D capabilities. The 3D is enabled today. We do have all of the 2D, but since we're outside enjoying the sun, we're on 3D today.
And that's one of the nice things is the flexibility of this attachment and this machine. Obviously with these masts on there, you can add the laser receivers fairly easily. The same display, the TD520 will both run obviously 2D and 3D applications on this attachment. I'm glad to hear it's all working out for you. You guys are happy with the machine.
You mentioned it wants to carry the wheels some in some applications. Is there a way to set that up or operating technique that can kind of minimize that?
I would just say with this attachment, this is like I said, this is more of a spreading of base rock attachment. Maybe some of this material would work as well, but what I would say is that this attachment's not designed to cut 2 or 3 inches, of native material. So if your wheels are raising up and your attachment is just skimming the ground, generally speaking, what that means is it's trying to cut, but it's not able to because it doesn't have the weight of the attachment in order to dig down in. You just using this in its proper situation, the proper scenario is kind of key. What the attachment's capable of and what it's not capable of.
So for the company that's deploying the machine, it's make sure that you're close to, relatively close to your finished grade before you put this machine on, right?
Absolutely. Now you can trim, now Devin says within 3 inches, we can trim, we have the capabilities to adjust on the go in the cab, that we can start at a higher elevation and narrow down to grade, to trim it off. It definitely has its applications, but we will be using it in dirt. We used it on a ball field actually earlier this week.
Okay.
Worked out great. I shot the points and loaded them into my computer. I built my own GPS model, inserted into the skid loader here, and I went out and graded that ball field. Now we're hoping to keep that model and that base all established and go back and grade that ball field annually.
So John, I know originally you guys were looking at the BB124, and you ended up on the GB124. Are you finding this, the side wings and the rotation of the attachment, are you finding that beneficial?
Glad we did not go the other route. The versatility is phenomenal. We have a box blade, a 6-way grader blade, all in one. We're able to windrow dirt either side, switch, carry, all in one motion, all from inside the cab with the hydraulic wings. Very happy with that purchase.
That came with a pretty good sized jump in cost though, right?
It was one of those, once we learned the versatility of it, I'm big on gadgets.
What can I say?
The operator comfort and the functionality, production is everything.
Yeah.
So I think it will definitely enhance our production, our ability to carry when we need to. Because this is a relatively small building pad here that we're on, 12,000 square feet, but I would not be scared to take this on a 50,000 or a 100,000 square foot building pad. So there might be some long carry distances where we could use this rather than unhooking and picking up a bucket, fold both wings in, carry the rock right off the pad, all with this attachment, then back up, fold one wing again, and continue to windrow material.
The control situation is a little different for operators.
The Cat functionality inside, there's tons of options. You know, through the electrical wiring harness that we see here, this harness connected inside through the computer's ECM. So it's telling this blade with limited hydraulics. In the old days, there would probably be, you know, 7 or 8 or 9 hydraulic connections if you did not have the electronic component. The electronic component with the joysticks on the inside, hold one button down and then activate the hydraulics. So basically, electronically, we say move the left blade, but you still have to activate the hydraulics with the roller knob. Hold the button on the left, activate the hydraulics on the right roller knob, and 2 different buttons control the left and the right wing. Another thing that I really do like is the versatility with able to use the 995s. So the 995 receivers came off of a dozer system we purchased from Devin probably 4 or 5 years ago. They're not new receivers, but they do work on this machine. So it helped in the startup cost with being able to share these between an existing dozer that we have. The versatility of using a set we already own is great.
Well, that was really informative. I really appreciate it. It sounds like you guys got a great start with the machine.
Well, we hope so. And Larry, thanks for coming out and viewing the machine and learning with us.
Yeah.
Devin, thank you.
I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got a lot